sing for you. The hills are alive with the sound of you. Okay, there you go. What do you want me to sing?
Soldier A!
No! Do you guys know Brothers? Do you know the Brothers? All right, let me get a bit of courage. It's not going to sound too good, you know, because there's all this noise in here. Look at this. This is like we're in the hangar deck of the Enterprise. I like it. All right. How can I repay you, brother mine? How can I expect you to forgive? Clinging to the past, I shed our blood and shattered your chance to live. Hey, listen, can I take this moment to tell you, I brought some music CDs. Some of you guys wrote me emails and you're like, please bring your music CDs, because I've been writing music like twice as long as I've been voice acting, writing and producing, and I've got them over at my table, and I would love for you to get them if you'd like. They'll be there and I'll be happy to sign them for you, okay? Question. Jennifer, again, I can't believe I called on you again. What?
A dark voice. Dark.
A dark voice?
No, dark.
I'm teasing. Jennifer, would you like to go out on a date with family? I need to learn a new line, don't you think? Yes. Yes. She asked about the Lucky Dance on Bleach, you know, when Ikaku, my favorite Baldy, shows up in Bleach. He does this Lucky Dance, right? Well, they didn't have anything scripted. They just didn't, they're like, it's a song and we're not really writing songwriters, but Vic's a songwriter. Let's get Vic to make something up. So I just made it up on the spot. So, you know, as soon as you record something, you get rid of it, you know what I mean? You make room in your brain for new things. So when people ask me to do the Lucky Dance, I'm often like, I don't remember it. Because I made it up and we recorded it, and then I flushed it out to make room for new things. But question. I already got you. Let me get somebody else. Yes.
Lorraine has a question.
Okay. Yes.
How was that playing Mad Hatter and Tony at the same time?
I love that episode. I love that episode. I would love to cosplay some of those characters. I mean, my favorite one is like the armor and all that kind of stuff. Oh, love it. Love it. Hey guys, speaking of cosplayers, there's some of our professionals. You guys are awesome. Absolutely. Question. Who's got a question? Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us about Full Metal Fantasy?
Oh, really? You want me to tell you about that, huh? Okay. Well,
Awesome.
there was this little live-action fan film that I made years ago called Full Metal Fantasy. I know, it sounds weird, but what it was, we had just started recording the series, and I was so excited by Full Metal Alchemist. I was having so much fun, and somebody at a convention suggested that I cosplay as Edward Elric. Come here, Edo. Edo is one of my favorite, she's one of my dear friends and one of my favorite Edward Elric cosplayers. Look at her, is she awesome? But I want you to notice the problem. I could never cosplay Ed, I'm too tall. She's perfect though. And see that, how she sticks her tongue out, it's perfect. Just like that. But, so I started to try to think of what would be a funny story, whereas a grown man could cosplay as a character like Ed. So I made up this story, and then I started getting all of the other voice actors interested in being in it as well. And they all made their own costumes, and we had the biggest blast shooting this thing. So I showed it for about a year at conventions, and then I stopped showing it, and now I've started showing it again. Unfortunately, there's no screen here for you to see it.
We have a wall.
You know what that means though, right? It means you have to come to a convention again where I am. You know what? I'll make you a deal. SAC Anime. Come to SAC Anime. Not the one that's coming up, because I was just a guest this year earlier. Next year, I'll be there again, I expect, unless, I don't know, something bad happens. But I'll be there and we will show Full Metal Fantasy, alright? It's a deal. Yes? Oh my gosh, thank you for asking. She asked if I would ever perform a live music concert here in the Bay Area. You know what? I've been doing concerts at conventions more and more. Just like last week, I did a concert at Anime Central. Oh my gosh, you guys know what happened there? How many of you have heard of a Japanese band called Move? You know that band, Move? They did music for like Initial D and for several different anime series. They're a really great band, right? They've got like 15 or 20 CDs out. I mean, they're amazing. Well, I made friends with them a couple of years ago at a convention. And then they wanted to hear some of my music. So I sent them one of my CDs, and they wanted to record one of my songs in Japanese. So they wrote this amazing Japanese lyric, right? And they even recorded some of it. They sent it to me. It's, you know what it is? It's a song I wrote called Nothing I Won't Give. Okay, but guess what happened? Guess what? They were the musical guests at Anime Central just last week. And I was there, and I was going to be doing a concert too. So as soon as I realized they were there, I emailed Motsu, their lead singer, and I'm like, Motsu, we're going to be at Anime Central together. And Motsu says to me, could we join you and do a duet together? And I was like, are you flipping kidding me? Yeah. So the finale of my concert, I start singing the song, you know, I'm like, you know, haunted by the past, a nightmare that seems so unreal. And then I got to the end of that first phrase, and that first verse, and then I went, ladies and gentlemen, I got a surprise for you. Please welcome Moo! And they come out from both sides of the stage, like this, and they both have mics, and they're singing in Japanese the song. And then on the chorus, I join them singing a harmony. And I go, so I'm like, I promise you, there's nothing I won't give. And the girl goes, Shiraru. And I go, so tamashi hito today. And I'm like, yeah. So I was like singing harmony in Japanese. And I had no idea what I was saying. I was so scared, you guys. I had a piece of paper on the stage with it written out phonetically. So tamashi hito today. And I was like, and so I'm like trying to look at them and look at the audience, and I'm like, I promise you! So I would go right back to my little paper. Okay, see, I should be getting the rap sign right now.
Sorry, I was so into the moment.
Yes, Michael. Boom! He shoots, he scores.
How did you get into acting and voice acting? How hard was it?
It's a good question. I know a lot of you have interest in voice acting and acting. How I got into it was I had been acting for a long time. I've been doing a lot of anything. Anything. I mean, school plays, church programs, community theater, anything I could do, I was doing. So I never really planned on being a voice actor. I just wanted to be an actor. And then about 12, like I said, 10 or 12 years ago, I was working in Houston, Texas with a friend on a video production. And the guy said, hey, you've got a lot of experience in acting, don't you, Vic? And I'm like, yeah, a lot. And he goes, you ought to go and audition for this place in town. They're called ADV Films, and they do this Japanese animation stuff, and they need actors. Well, at the time, you guys, I mean, ADV was about the size of that stage right there. I mean, it was a little company. It was just a bunch of fans who loved what they were doing and were making English versions of shows. So I went and auditioned, and I got cast in the show Vega in Street Fighter. And then the next show came up, and I got cast again. I was like, huh, this is really cool. And I got cast again, and again, and again. And then a couple of years later, I met some people from Funimation in Dallas. And they invited me to come up and play Broly in Dragon Ball. So I did that. And then I started working at Funimation. The next show, next show, next show. Then I met some people in Los Angeles. And they invited me to come out and do some stuff for them. I started doing more and more stuff out there.